being part of a family, being a mother, being a partner, being a wife, and having all of the roles that you play in life is so significant. Yet the most crucial thing is the center, which is you. You cannot give what you don't have. And if your cup is running empty, there is nothing for you to give other people. Hi, guys. Thanks so much for being here. I'm always so happy when you join the conversation. My name is Paz, and welcome to the podcast. This is Purposeful, a podcast about parenthood, motherhood, family, and womanhood, and everything in between. So, whether you have kids like me, or you're about to have kids, or you'd love to have kids, and even if you don't have any, it's about being inspired, being part of a family, living your life and trying to achieve your dreams. And anything you put your heart and soul into, you can always achieve it. Today's episode is called You Are Number One. And so I always say this to everybody. Before anything else, before you had your children, before you had your husband and everything that came with it, you were born on your own. So it was all about you. And a lot of moms, take their roles and jobs very seriously, that unfortunately sometimes what happens is that their selves or their part of self gets lost. And so it's something that is not very ideal. It's not something that a woman should forget, that first and foremost, you are first. And so there's always this part of taking care of yourself, having self-care. A lot of people are talking about taking care of their mental health. And this is all related to you are number one and that whole motto and that whole idea. Don't forget that before you had your children, that you were solo and that you were on your own and that you learned things in your life. You went to school, you had experiences, you went through all the ups and downs in life that makes you who you are today. And so being part of a family, being a mother, being a partner, being a wife, and having all of the roles that you play in life is so significant. Yet the most crucial thing is the center, which is you. You cannot give what you don't have. And if your cup is running empty, there is nothing for you to give other people. There is nothing for you to feed other people's thirsts. And there's nothing for you to share with your family if you yourself don't feel happy, if you don't feel fulfilled, if you don't feel like you're taking care of yourself as well. Now, I'll give you an example. There's a lot of moms I know, there's a lot of friends that I have that feel burned out or they're stressed out. And motherhood is something that they feel is really tiring, almost like a chore, like a job, something that they have to do. And I think that one of the things that makes you successful as a mother, as a person, and just anything in life in general is your attitude in things. It's your perspective. And so I'll give you two scenarios. When things are stressful at home, let's say your kids are going crazy, everybody's making a mess, everybody's screaming, talking at the same time. If you match that energy with being stressed out, then the outcome will be a more stressed out environment. But if you calm down and tell everybody in a calm voice to just settle down, everybody calm down, everybody keep quiet, let's do this one thing at a time, handle things one at a time, I feel the outcome will also be more organized and more calm. And so that is something that I try to practice in my house. We don't shout at each other. We don't allow the situation to get overblown, out of proportion, or crazy. We try to have the house and our home in a state of organized chaos. There's 4 children, there's my husband, there's myself. We have the people who help us at home, the nanny, the house cleaner. We have a whole community in our house every single day. And I find that one of the reasons that I love being at home is that I actually have a calm home. Believe it or not, when you go in my house, it's not this crazy zoo that people might imagine it to be, because I think it's all about your attitude. And so This is related to putting yourself first, because if you allow yourself to be in situations where you're constantly feeling stressed, feeling burned out, if your children are being wild, your children are being messy, the whole house is in disarray, if you're constantly in that situation and you react in a way that you're stressed out, you're upset, you're gonna get angry, you're gonna allow yourself to be in a bad mood, it doesn't fix the situation. And so if you are a person that is calm from within, you take time to be with yourself, you take time to calm down, you put yourself first so that when you are calm, you're able to take care of the whole situation and everybody with the calmer, more peaceful attitude, then it's a win-win situation. And so one of the other things that you can do to put yourself first, or to put yourself as number one, is a lot of moms, I find, forget themselves and they lose themselves when they have children, and they don't take care of their personal appearance. They don't take care of their beauty, their physical self, their aesthetic. They don't go to the gym. They don't care about the things that they wear. And oftentimes when I go to school or when I see friends, they always say to me, "Oh, Paz, I love what you're wearing," or "Oh, you always look put together. I can't even believe you have time to put on makeup." The thing is, it's not about having time, it's about making time, and it's about managing your time well. So aside from being a mother, I am also in a relationship. I have a marriage and I have a husband who I love. And so I want my husband to look at me and find me beautiful. I want to feel that I feel beautiful. I want to feel that my husband is attracted to me. But first of all, I want to be attracted to myself. Does that make sense? And so if you look at a hierarchy, or if you look at a flow chart of the family, at the very top should be you, because you are the core and the root of the family. You are the center. And if the center is broken, if the center isn't well, if the center isn't strong, then the whole family gets affected. It's a domino effect. And so imagine this scenario where you wake up 30 minutes earlier, you wash your face, you brush your hair, you put on a little bit of lotion or cologne or moisturizer, just something to make you feel a little bit luxurious. It makes you feel clean. It makes you feel you took care of yourself. And then put a little bit of makeup. You don't have to do a lot. You put a little bit of concealer, put a little bit of mascara, do your eyebrows, put a little bit of lip gloss while you're at it. And then when you look at yourself in the mirror, believe it or not, and a lot of people don't realize it, when you look good and you feel good, it affects the rest of your day. Now imagine the opposite scenario. You're rushing, you don't set your alarm, your hair is in total disarray, you look like you just woke up, literally. Your husband looks at you, it's not a very sexy thing to look at. Your children look at you, it's not very inspiring. And so you not taking care of yourself physically in an aesthetic level affects your family in the way they perceive you, and the way the children and your husband or your partner perceives you affects the way they perceive themselves. So the more special you treat yourself, the more special they feel. Think of it this way. When it's somebody's birthday and you put a cake on the table, that's great. We know there's somebody's birthday. But then you give it an extra touch. You put balloons, you put a little bit of decoration, you sprinkle some confetti in the air. Then it makes it more fun, right? So think of yourself as the confetti in the air. You make everything special. Add a little bit extra, add a little bit of touch of fun. Because at the end of the day, this all affects your whole family. And most of all, it affects you. It makes you feel good. And so I'll take you back to the scenario where you wash your face, put the moisturizer and a little bit of prettying. You go down to the dinner table and everybody's there. Everybody's getting ready for school. Your husband looks at you and thinks, "Oh, you look beautiful." Your children look at you, "Oh, mom looks beautiful." And then it makes you have a little pep in your step, a little bit of happiness. As little as that might seem, believe me, because I feel it, the difference between when I'm wearing my joggers and I just woke up, not brushing my hair and rushing to have my coffee, rather than taking 10 minutes, do my eyebrows, I put a beautiful SPF moisturizer, spritz a little bit of perfume, and I actually make sure that I look well before I come down. And I feel sexy, I feel special, I feel like I gave myself a little extra. And when you do that for yourself, you feel like you took care of yourself. You don't feel deprived. You don't feel that constant nagging feeling of you are always taking care of other people, but you never have time for yourself. You never give anything to yourself. There's nobody to blame but you. And I know what you're gonna say. Oh my God, Paz, you're so harsh. No, I'm not. I'm just keeping it real. Take 10 minutes for yourself. Spray that deodorant and cologne. Make yourself feel good, and the rest of your day is gonna follow. When you take your kids to school, when you get that sweet little text from your husband that you look really beautiful today, it's all of these little things that contribute to making you feel good. And so when you put yourself first, when you make it that you are number one, when you give something to yourself, you go back to your family feeling happy, feeling more fulfilled, feeling more complete. You don't feel deprived, you feel good. And when somebody's in a good mood, it's easier for you to give a good mood back rather than when you're unhappy or when you don't feel complete. And so another thing that you can do for yourself is going to the spa once a week. It's a routine, it's a ritual that my mom and my grandma and my aunties used to do. Every Sunday, somebody would come to their house and do their nails. It was a ritual that never stopped since the moment I was born to today. And it's something that gave me an idea as a child, as a daughter, as a young girl, that my grandma and my mom and my auntie would always give time for themselves for an hour. This nice lady would come and make my mom's nails pretty. And I remember growing up as a child, watching my mom at 5:30 in the morning. The sky was still dark and she was already doing her eyebrows while my father was asleep beside her. And you don't really notice it as a child, but when you grow up, it puts emphasis on taking care of yourself. It puts emphasis on putting some time for yourself to make yourself look and feel good. My mom always dressed well. She was always wearing beautiful clothes. It made her feel good. It made my dad feel good looking at her. And it made us feel proud, having a mom who was always put together. And then I feel it influenced me a lot in how I organize myself, that I may not be as well dressed and put together as my mom. She looks far more polished than I do, not just because I live in Bali, but I have a more, laid back approach when it comes to style for myself. Even if you're a mom, try to find outfits, try to put yourself together in a way that you still look good even if you're wearing comfortable clothes. So I'm guilty of the same thing. I wear my joggers and sweater when I go to school because it's the easiest thing for me to wear. Sometimes I don't have time to think. But then sometimes, and over the weekend I did this when the new year started, I organized my clothes well so I know exactly where everything is. And I actually have a drawer that I pull clothes out from that. Even if I'm not thinking, it's stuff that will mix and match really well that makes me look more polished. So even if I'm wearing black leggings, I have a nice shirt, I put on flats, I put a little bit of extra for myself. And so when I go out in school, I look like I cared about how I look like. It makes my kids appreciate it. It makes my husband appreciate it. But most of all, it makes me appreciate myself. And so being a mom is all about giving. It's all about loving, the unconditional love, the 24/7, 365 kind of love. But most of all, do not forget, for you to be a good mother, you are number one. Put yourself first. Give yourself a little bit of care because it goes such a long way. And when you're happy and well, when you feel like you've taken care of yourself, you're in a good mood. And that good mood affects your whole family, the people that you deal with, the people that you work with, and so on and so forth. And so if there's one advice that I can give, the first advice that I'll give you in all the episodes of Purposeful is going to be put yourself first. Whether you're a mom or a dad, even if you don't have kids, whether you're planning on having a family or about to start your own, do not forget 10 minutes goes a long way. Whether you're listening to a podcast like mine, whether you're just listening to your favorite song while singing in the shower, take 10 minutes for yourself and it goes such a long way. I hope that this episode helps you. I hope that you get inspired, and I hope that you listen in to all the other episodes that are coming. Thank you so much for listening. I have a new episode every week, so wait for that. In the meantime, if you want to send me a message, you can send me a DM on Instagram, or you can send me a message on pazfarcard@gmail.com. And have an amazing day wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being part of the conversation. Hi guys, so let's talk skin for a minute, okay? So a lot of people now are talking about anti-aging. Now, I'm more the kind of woman that likes to talk about pro-aging because the thing is, you can't stop time. You can't go back in time and you can't resist aging. The thing that you can do though, if you want to fight it, is use amazing products that will effectively address it and solve the problem. The good news is Clinique has come up with a next generation retinoid that will do just that and more. Now, what is retinoid? Retinol is actually an amazing effective ingredient that addresses the fine lines and wrinkles on your skin. It also boosts radiance. It makes your skin look more plump and moisturized and overall amazing. And so the new product that they came up with is called the Smart Clinical Wrinkle Correcting System. There's a serum, a cream, and an eye cream. And if you use these products step by step, regularly, day and night, I promise you, your skin is gonna look significantly better. Now, there's just 3 easy steps that you have to remember. Start with the serum. So what the serum does is it's boosting the collagen in your skin. It makes your skin look more plump, more moisturized, hydrating it, and boosting it with a lot of vitamins that are good for your overall skin health. And what that does is the healthier your skin looks, plumping it with vitamins and putting the right ingredients, not to mask it, but to actually repair your skin from deep within, it creates very good quality skin. So the better the quality of your skin, the less likely it is to get dry, the less likely you're going to show wrinkles and the signs of aging because you're working with your skin to keep it healthy and strong. Speaking of strong, use the cream as step 2. What it does is it boosts the hydration of your skin, but also strengthens your skin so that it nourishes it and basically reinforces all the vitamins that you've put. Lastly, use the eye cream. What happens is that the delicate area around your eyes are actually the areas that show the first signs of aging. And so if you put the proper vitamins and the proper ingredients, such as this next generation retinoid, what happens is that the lines don't even form because you keep injecting your skin with the right amount of vitamins and retinoid to maintain that youthful, fresh look. And so, easy as 1, 2, 3, use the Smart Clinical Wrinkle Correcting Serum, Cream, and Eye Cream every day, day and night. It's safe to use even when you go out, and you'll see a significant change in your skin, just like mine. I've been using it, and I'm super happy with it. I'm gonna put it in the show notes where you can get it here in Indonesia and worldwide. Clinique. It's been around for so many years. They've been taking care of skin and also using a lot of modern, innovative technology that's not just safe for you, but super effective. I hope it helps. If you have any questions, you can send me a DM or write a DM to Clinique Indonesia. It's all in the show notes. All right, so let's talk about the outfit. I'm wearing H&M today, and I really like wearing H&M because I feel it's affordable, it's a great balance of basics and trending outfits, and there's just a lot of options when it comes to fashion and clothing and accessory choice. And the other thing that I love about H&M is I'm a big supporter of brands that are very conscious when it comes to their approach to fashion. And while there is a movement of slow fashion and a more sustainable approach to dressing, I acknowledge the fact and I support the fact that H&M is also within that same realm. And now there is a brand in H&M that is called Conscious that is using 50% of the recyclable materials such as recycled polyester, organic cotton, recycled denim. It's just a better way of dressing and I think a more thoughtful and conscious way of working with your outfits. And the older I get, I find that I have a more thoughtful wardrobe as well, and I'm keeping all of my basics and wardrobe to a minimum and something that I can put together easily without thinking too much since I don't have that much time as I used to. And at the same time, it's something that I can mix and match. And I feel that the true meaning of sustainability is not just supporting and buying clothing that's sustainable, because when you also amass a lot of sustainable clothing, at the end of the day, it's a little bit wasteful. And so I find that wearing outfits that you wear regularly and really love and you care for, not only with the way that you wear it, but also with how you care for it in terms of washing and keeping it, then you have a collection that is working for you year in, day out. And so I'm very happy to support H&M, and I'm very proud to be an ambassador for H&M, especially the fact that it is developing a more conscious approach to fashion and supporting fashion houses worldwide that are becoming more conscious about their carbon footprint and eco presence in the world. And so I'm wearing H&M. I wear H&M a lot of times in the week, and I'm going to put in the show notes a code that you can use for free delivery here in Bali.